Welcome, Libra. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your August monthly reading. The full moon in Aquarius is occurring as we speak, so some of the energy of that full moon, particularly impacting the area of your friendships, your recreation, procreation, and your creativity, is at stake here. Friendships and pleasure. So that's some of the focus for you, Libra. Let's look at your overall energy for August, the Page of Cups. This fits beautifully into the joyful beginning that you are experiencing regarding setting aligned intentions from your heart, opening up your heart to the growth of creativity, the growth of your personal expression, your imagination, your playfulness, and the lightness to things. This is you having fun, learning to have fun, opening up to humor and all the things that make often difficult and challenging experiences more palatable, more joyful, and different ways that we learn and gain information that helps us understand these experiences better. But the focus for you is on love. It is on giving and receiving. And so this is amplifying the area of friendships and creativity for you. In the 10th house, we have the Four of Swords. And this is in the house of your social identity, how others are seeing or what others are drawn to about your experience. You are expressing the need to deeply understand your challenges. You may be doing this in a way that has you joining up with organizations, going to church more, perhaps attending lectures, anything that helps you better understand the nature of your experiences, the nature of how you have overcome challenges, and the lessons meant to be learned from those challenges. This is all helping you evaluate your progress forward, the growth you've made, and to setting clear intentions moving forward, understanding that as you think, so you create your reality. In the first house, two cards. Okay, so we have the 10 of Cups and the Knight of Cups. This is beautiful with the Page of Cups overall energy. This is describing your not simply just beginning to align your heart's desires with your actions, but your exploration and discovery of those. And part of that is encapsulated in this beautiful, abundant community full of resources that you are able to share and support each other with. You're identifying the things that feel good in your life. You're exploring this aspect of yourself, and you're discovering new talents that you didn't know that you had. Many of these talents are a result of childhood or may be inspired by children, your children. But this is opening up the vision of an ideal community, or perhaps you have placed yourself in a community that fully supports this discovery and exploration. And it does bring to mind to me summertime in the Northern Hemisphere in many ways. The freedom and the joy in simply experiencing the abundance around us. In your 4th house, we have the moon. The moon being your emotional foundation, your history, your family. This is about you aligning yourself with the unconscious energies that we often are unaware are impacting the decisions we make and the choices we feel are available to us. This is opening you up to levels of consciousness that you may not easily access, that none of us easily access. And so it can be through your dreams, as an example, through your sleep, through your prayers or your meditation, the way that you request support from invisible allies. This can be very simply the grandmother, the aunt, the father who has passed, but you feel their presence by your side. You speak to their presence. You ask for their support. You ask for the information that you feel you need to move in any direction. And this is allowing you to understand how deeply you're anchored in your history, in your ancestry, and perhaps that ancestry or cultural information needs to come up to the surface to assist you in some way. In the 7th house, the house of your significant others, we have the 7 of Pentacles. You're on a very productive path for yourself. You are working, you're making efforts, you are saving your money, you are considering how best to do your work so that you can maximize the rewards of that work. You may not be entirely satisfied with the rewards you're getting for the amount of effort you are putting in, but you are evaluating that, assessing that for ways to work smarter, to put in less but more strategic effort so that you build your rewards more substantially. I'm going to clarify the 1st house, 10 of Cups, and the Knight of Cups with the Tower in the 2nd house, and the 9 of Cups in the 3rd house. You are prepared and actually even anticipating some of the larger global changes we're experiencing, so that you feel prepared when things fall apart structurally or are no longer useful, that you can understand the correct redirection that's being given. So if we think of the Tower, the crumbling of old structures, the changing of the guard, then you recognize that there are messages there, information about better ways to innovate and move forward, particularly utilizing the scientific and technological advances that we are experiencing right now. They seem overwhelming and they seem catastrophic to many, but you're able to harness these, to anticipate them, and understand how they can be used to make our lives richer, to create greater personal abundance for us, to fill us more, to align us more closely to things that feel good, ways that we're finding our own people, our tribes, those interests and those activities that create abundance and create the pleasure and satisfaction in realizing the emotional abundance that accompanies our growth, our forward movement in a positive way. The Moon card in the 4th house is clarified by the Page of Swords in the 5th house and the 8 of Cups in the 6th house. You're very, very curious about this new experience of emotions and feelings of sentiment that you're experiencing. Libra being ruled by Venus, all about being grounded, being emotionally stable and harmonious in balance, are also can be very objective and logical about the way you employ your creativity, the way you have fun. And this is also you challenging many of your assumptions about what that is. Perhaps you're challenging the assumptions of friendships or the associations and people that you keep around you. I see you pursuing your own independent truth from that collection of energies, from your friend group or your creative group, your recreational group, even your children or children in general, so that you are motivated to move away from those relationships and bonds that have outworn their usefulness, that no longer are significant or valuable to you. It isn't that you're throwing away relationships. You're simply recognizing that the strong bonds you have and that have supported you are falling away as you see a vision moving forward, as you seek a new challenge and recognize that your own fulfillment is dependent on your pursuit of this new opportunity, of moving away from what is familiar towards something that is new for you, something you understand you have the potential to gain, to learn, to grow into. The 7th house with the 7 of Pentacles is clarified by the 8 of Swords in the 8th house and the Queen of Swords in the 9th house. Strategy is coming out as a big focus of your intentionality right now. And I even have the sense that you may have experienced a lot of familiar relationships that feel bonded to you, bounded, not bonded, that you feel you are seeking some release from as you realign your ideas, your strategies, your beliefs, and you play with the new opportunities that you realize are contained in your environment. You may experience a lot of anxiety, and that is explaining to me the sense of anticipation you have about changes that we're experiencing currently or that are coming down the line. You're tracking those in a way that is helping you to define your next move, that you are convening discussion about. You're open up and looking at the ways that you can collectively interrogate or be open to new ideas, to move into a greater appreciation and inclusion of a variety of truths in your work. This is about your comfort and your relevance of your experience to that of a diversity of others. So in many ways, you are asking the questions and then sitting back and listening, not necessarily contributing your ideas, but using your ideas as a spark, a jumping off point, a question that your group, your conversations, your negotiations are answering. And this process is what you were built for in many ways. The process itself gives you joy and happiness and allows you to employ your famous Venusian balance and harmony, even beautification. So making something beautiful out of these conversations feels prescient as well. The 4 of Swords in the 10th house is clarified by the Magician in the 11th house and the King of Cups in the 12th house. What maturity you've experienced recently. You're finding a way of combining your very logical and rational, deliberate approach and evaluation with this compassionate maturity you're experiencing. This way of allowing your vulnerability to be on display in a way that in no way undermines your control of your feelings, your acceptance of those things that you can't control, and your recognition that it is in your response to situations that the real magic exists. And you're using this magic indeed to begin something new, to create a new idea. And at this point, it feels more like an idea, but this idea is emerging from your experience. It may be a way of facilitating the healing and awareness of others. Counseling is always something that I get, or recently have been getting, from the LIBRA readings. So I feel like you are putting a new idea, a new plan, a new project, a new goal in play. And it's a goal that is going to impact on your social environment, perhaps global humanity, or the world's physical environment in a significant way. I hope that this is resonating for you, Libra. If so, please like and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I appreciate all your shares, your comments, your donations. Thank you to those that regularly say thank you to me in the ways that you do. So let me pull this card, and what I pulled is adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. And I'm also going to pull an oracle, a crystal oracle for you, just in terms of a little more support for your meditation. And I pulled the opal, and the key word is joy. My soul sings and dances to the vibration of joy. Thank you, Libra. Until next time, namaste.